Hi. Today's book is Earthweb by Marc Steigler. This is the story of humanity's fight against an alien that sends one massive starship every 5 years to bomb Earth. And this book is about crowdsourcing. So like I said, the alien race is never revealed, never known, and never discussed much. You see, they're sending one huge, massive ship every 5 years to bomb Earth. And the ships are nicknamed Shivas. And this story takes place in what they dub the month of Shiva. It's a 1 month period where Earth has a slim chance of destroying the ship before it bombs Earth. And they haven't always been successful. You see, the ship is massive and powerful, and we can only sneak in 2 small ships with humans onto the Shiva in that 1 month period. But the catch is, it takes a lot of massive firepower to sneak one ship in, and the squad of soldiers cannot have any metal on them whatsoever, or the ship will be detected and destroyed. Now, the book starts shortly after the first attempt is made and fails to destroy the Shiva, and we see the preparations in motion to get the next and final group of what are dubbed angels onto the ship to destroy it. Now, because this is taking place over a month period, the book takes a multiple viewpoint to show how this is going about and to reveal what the world is like in the aftermaths of the Shiva attacks. Now, we follow one particular character as he connects all these vignette stories together. A journalist named Reggie Oxford, who is putting together a story of people coming together to plan and devise ways to stop what seems like an unstoppable force. Okay, so that's the spoiler-free introduction to the story. From here on in, be warned, there may be a few spoilers. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, though. Now, despite this being a story about war preparations, it really doesn't spend much time on the battle itself. It's the conclusion end of the book, but this is all really about the technology that's been in place and the preparations that the various characters go through to help save humanity. Because we see this from multiple viewpoints from different places in the planet and in different stratas of the class and culture. And we see it from like a criminal's point of view, from one character who starts as he's a fixer, a guy who connects various criminal enterprises, and he ends up abandoning that to help make money saving humanity, because the author's come up with an ingenious way to connect all these people. He's extrapolated the internet to becoming more powerful, more dispersed, as it makes more sense to be more dispersed as the world can keep being bombed every 5 years. And he's created a new system where people connect together, share ideas, and get paid for hiring experts for different projects, so that someone from, in this particular case, say Africa, can provide sonar and acoustic information to the team that ends up going to fight the Shiva on the ship. And there are actually ex-CIA agents and ex-KGB agents who, as explosive experts, end up combining their forces to help provide information to the angel teams, because this fight, it incorporates everyone across the world. And we also see the team that is preparing for this being led by Morgan McBride, the first human and the only ever survivor of a ship attack on a Shiva. Every other team that has defeated one of the Shivas, and not all Shivas are defeated before they unload their bombs on Earth, well, he's leading the newest angel team and training them and you get to see them, because Morgan McBride, the leader of the Angels, is dying from old age and from the exposure to what he did to stop the very first Shiva. And we also see it from the point of view of Jessica, a young recruit who's being trained to replace McBride. So she provides the narrative on how he thinks and how he's planning. And we also see from one of the Angels' point of view, CJ, the leader of the Angel team. And we see her training and what it takes to use all these technologies and techniques to fight a nearly unstoppable foe. And it's all done via the internet and a huge crowdsourcing effort that is actually very profitable and makes a lot of sense. And the final battle, where you see CJ and her team going onto the ship, fighting robots and deathly laser traps and all sorts of interesting, dangerous situations, all being helped by the people on Earth offering their expert advice via this interesting system. Okay, so what's good and bad about this particular book? Well, the mystery surrounding the aliens is never answered, never solved, never resolved. And while it is intriguing, the fact that it is never resolved and that this is a standalone book really hurts the narrative. It gives you enough hints to realize that there's something larger going on, but the fact that this will never be resolved is a major flaw in this particular work. The multiple viewpoints are a great help for making the scale and size and scope of this endeavor seem realistic and vibrant. And it also lets you get glimpses of the world. And the fact that not everyone actually buys into the whole we will band together and solve everything, but we're actually seeing people reacting to the fact that they may have a month left to live. They may not be able to help the DoD defend against what has been the most scariest destructive force we've ever encountered. And it does help to give the sense of realism. And the vignettes are both personal and personalized by the author's use of the reporter character and the various other small little characters and their contributions into what is eventually the victory of the Angels against the Shiva. And there's a small little bit of humor added to it that helps to liven up the thing, but despite it being a book all about war and the preparation of war, it never really feels grim or gritty or desperate until the battle feels grim and gritty and desperate. But it's at the very end of the book. And all this culminates into the reason why I say this particular book is about crowdsourcing, because the whole plot is driven by this single premise that you can find a way to make the internet and crowdsourcing profitable and interesting, and all these little stories have vignettes of little ideas that are really intriguing, but sadly that's a huge downtrack and detriter for this particular work. Because it's a single standalone novel, we never get a real sense of conclusion or resolution to the whole crisis. It's just left as a tantalizing ideas of technology and interesting uses of the internet. And that's sadly why I can only give this book 2 out of 4 stars. I would definitely recommend at least giving it a read, but I wouldn't recommend spending money on it, because it is ultimately a letdown. That it gives you such hope and such interesting idea that it just fails to fulfill its promise. Now, it is published by Baen, and it can be hard to get as a paperback, but you can still pick it up as an ebook or get it from the local library. At least give it a try for the interesting ideas it presents. Till next time, have a good one.